Should you buy resale or new construction in the 2026 real estate market? And that is what we want to talk about in our March housing market update in this episode. So stick around for the entirety because I want to help you. My job as a real estate agent is to provide the easy button for families that are here in the Fredericksburg corridor on making wise decisions for their real estate needs. And I bet you might have some questions. So stick around. So here's the plan for today's video. We want to talk about the current hyperlocal market, and then we're going to jump into the compare and contrast of the resale and new construction market. So let's start by looking at the current local market. Now, as we compare month over month, we're going to see some trends that I want to highlight. And the first, we're looking at availability. This is inventory. How many homes are actually on the market right now? Well, there's 1,606. Compared to last month at this time, there was about 1,593. Really not a budge. We have a very similar amount of homes on the market from this time last month to right now. So that means we have not seen the spring, really spring yet, right? We are still waiting for that. Under contracts, though, I want you to see and be encouraged about because we are 14% more under contract. So if inventory did not change dramatically, but under contracts did, what does that tell us? There's more buyers out. And that tracks because one of the stats that I want to encourage you with is there are 11% higher mortgages applications being put in. So 11% more mortgage applications, more buyers are coming out, but also the under contracts actually prove this. We're 14% higher. Now, last sold in the last 30 days, didn't move the needle a ton, but we have about 8% more from last month to this month. That makes sense. If we're 14% more on pendings, we're starting to see more closings. Months of inventory, we're down, y'all. Literally down. We're at 1.15. And again, this makes sense. If inventory didn't change, but more contracts actually happened, then that means inventory is down, right? So we're getting scary low at 1.15 months of inventory at the moment. Days on market, well, went down. Remember, we look at median. That's the second number. Median is going to be the most helpful number for us to track in today's market. And right now, the median is 27 days on the market. That is down 10% because at this time last month, it was at 36. And guys, towards fourth quarter of 2025, we were at 39. So we're at 27 right now. That's a big difference. Again, makes a little bit of sense, right? If inventory didn't change and under contracts are up 15% and the reality is there's not much inventory, well, days on market is going to go down, right? Because buyers are ready to buy. And the average amount of showings also went up. We're at 4 showings per week. Now, I know a lot of times people think that is low, but that is the highest I have seen, I believe, in about 8 months. So average amount of showings, 4 per month. It's up month over month, right? So it's up 25% from this time last month. But guys, this is up from like the last 8 months. So we're seeing more buyers in the market when there is less inventory. So now it's time for some real talk if I can give it to you. Now, the purpose behind this real talk is I want you to understand the resale market so that you can make decisions in regards to resale or new construction. Because the resale market right now is very strong. When we just looked at mortgage rate or mortgage applications are up 11%, showings are up 25%, we have pendings up about 15%, and then our median days on market is down. It's taking houses less time to sell, down 10%. What does that tell us? Well, if a house hits the market and it is priced well and it is presented well and it is positioned well with the right marketing, it's going to sell. It's going to sell. But that also brings a hardship with a lot of homeowners that are wanting to find a home to purchase before they sell. We're not in one of those markets where that's easy. And so this is where new construction often comes back to mind. Is new construction a good option for folks who maybe don't want to sell yet because they want to find a home to actually buy? Well, if you prepare your house to sell properly, I want you to be encouraged. It's going to sell, okay? The question is, do you have enough time to go find a house to buy when inventory is 1.15, right? There's very little inventory, and with more buyers coming to the market, more applications coming to the market, it's going to get tougher. It's going to get tougher. This is where I believe the market of the moment is actually considering new construction. This may not last. I can't tell you what I'll tell you next month in the video, but right now, market of the moment is new construction. Now listen to these stats, okay? Because I believe this is actually helpful. Nationally, there is 7.6 months of inventory. You believe that? 7.6 months of inventory nationally for new construction, compared to right here locally, 1.15 on the resale market. So there's more opportunity in new construction. The home sales, look at this graph. The home sales right now, we're at about 745,000 home sales nationally this month. Now that is down 25% since 2024, where you see that spike. It's at right at 800,000. All right, so 800,000. So we are down substantially on new construction sales, though we are up month over month. So we're actually up 15% month over month, which is great news for the new home sales business. But I believe there's opportunity for the buyer here. We're in a market where it is tough in the resale market. And with more inventory in the new construction market, well, you may be able to find something in the new construction market that you don't have to have that anxiety to maybe just find another house really fast because you're trying to sell a house. Because there are some incentives. A lot of builders right now are giving incentives if you use their lender or use their title company, and those might genuinely help. But also I've seen the prices pretty good on new construction houses. You just have to be willing to wait a little bit. And so because of these stats, I want to encourage you, don't rule out new construction. Actually bring it back into the game right now. Now, there's so many tips and tricks, okay? Pro tips when it comes to buying new construction. My purpose of this video is not to share all of those, but can I just give you one real quick? A lot of these incentives that builders give, they give because they have partnerships with other vendors, like lenders and like title companies. It kind of depends if that's the best deal for you or not. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes a local lender can actually get you a better deal because often those incentives are just assuming you're going to buy down your interest rate. Maybe you don't really want to buy down your interest rate because you're going to refinance in a couple of years, and that's losing a lot of money, right? So jump into the new construction game, but have your trusted lender so that you can really compare and contrast with your agent on how to structure the best deal for you. And often it's going with the new construction lender, but it's not always. So don't get hoodwinked into the incentives that they're offering, but know that the builders are willing to work with you. They have high inventory. They're ready to get stuff sold. You can actually find some good prices right now. So if I had to say which one in the market of the moment, new construction might allow you the time to be able to know where you're going so that you can prepare your home for sale. Don't make these decisions by yourself, though. When you walk into a new construction, know that those sales reps, They work for the builder. They do not work for you. So make sure you bring your real estate agent who works for you into the conversation to help guide you. And that's what we do. So I want to offer what I would classify as our top 5 knowledgeable points for buying new construction that I want you to know. Download it. Go to this description, download my 5 points to help you buy new construction. I think it'll help you. We're here for you. God bless. Happy March.